Hello folks, it's Anahita Rao. I am going to speak about the yearly forecasts today. I'm going to go over some trends for 2019, and then I will also give you a general overview of your sign. Remember, this is a general forecast for each sign, and I would advise that you listen to both your moon sign as well as your rising sign. And again, this is according to the sidereal and not the tropical calculation. So please check your sidereal sign for this. So the big question is, as usual, should you see the transit from the ascendant or should you see it from the moon? Now remember, ascendant stands for the intellect. It stands for your personality, your intelligence. So the effects that you experience are going to be visible and can be seen by everyone. Whereas the moon, everything is happening at the mental and the emotional level. So it will be more hidden, more personal, more internal, and sometimes more painful. So it may not be visible to the world as it can be shielded by you. Now, what your dasha will promise is going to take precedence and priority over any of the transits. So, for instance, if you are in the Saturn dasha, then I would place more emphasis on the Saturn transit and see how it impacts you and your life. Now, of course, the biggest news this year is the movement of Rahu and Ketu. Rahu has suffered for the past 3 years in Cancer and Leo, as well as I would say Ketu as well, because they were transiting through their enemy signs. Both the Sun and Moon are the node's biggest enemies. And Rahu will finally leave on March the 23rd to go into Gemini, a sign where it does exceptionally well. And it's very comfortable here. This will bring a relief in policies related to immigration, international trade, foreign deals, all Rahu related matters. And Ketu, of course, is going into the sign of Sagittarius, which is Jupiter's sign. A really beautiful place for Ketu, and it does very well there. Of course, we have Saturn here as well, and in fact we all know that there will be a big Saturn and Ketu conjunction coming up in 2019. The months to really watch for are July, August and September, although I would say keep a watchful eye from the months of anywhere from May till October. But the summer months will be the most intense, and you will really feel it then. Another period to be watchful for this year is the period between June the 2nd and June the 16th, as we have a Mars-Rahu conjunction then, which is a very, very close conjunction, particularly given the fact that there will also be at the same time the opposition, the exact opposition, in fact, between Mars and Saturn on June the 14th. Most important retrograde this year is that of Saturn from late April till mid-September, because this will directly impact the Ketu and Saturn conjunction. Dual signs are going to experience the most dramatic changes this year. The dual signs, of course, are Gemini, Pisces, Virgo, and Sagittarius. So if you have your Sun, Moon, or even your Ascendant in any of these signs, then you're going to really feel the impact this year, and there will be a lot of changes coming your way. So what's happening for Leo? For Leo's 2019 overall will be a favorable year. Jupiter continues to move through your 4th house, bringing domestic peace and making it a good time to spend at home. It's also a good time to buy a property or move overseas. Opportunities could come suddenly, or opportunities would come suddenly because of Jupiter's quick movement from March till early May. It's also a good time from the perspective of spirituality, especially if you want to enter into any deep study of occult type of subjects. If you had any interest in spirituality, then Jupiter's transit will help you develop these areas to a greater degree. It's also a great time to reconnect with your family and perhaps redecorate your home. For 3 weeks starting in late March, when Jupiter goes into Sagittarius, that will be a particularly good time for relationships, and if you are single, it would be a fantastic time to meet someone and begin a relationship. Jupiter in the 5th house from November onwards will bring a very auspicious time, especially since it aspects your sign, as well as the lucky 9th house from there, making it a great time to pursue anything that you love and brings you joy and happiness. Also a good time to ask for promotion post-November, or to make any sort of investments. I would hold off till November to do that. Saturn in your 5th house may bring up issues related to your business interests or related to your children, so keep an eye out there. I would say pay more attention to your children and creative projects that you have going at this time. Because Ketu joins Saturn in March, this could bring obstacles in sort of any creative endeavors, or if, for example, if you've been trying to conceive and have children, it could certainly bring obstacles there. So you'd have to wait till the end of the year when Saturn starts its movement towards Capricorn to do that. Saturn aspecting your 7th house means you have to put efforts into relationships with your spouse, with your partner, just generally with people overall. The best news for you, Leos, is Rahu moving into your 11th house in March, bringing a lot of relief from the 12th house transit. Here Rahu aspects your 7th house of marriage and 3rd house of courage, initiative, siblings. So these areas will get a great boost, bringing opportunities for more income, marriage prospects, as well as creative and business initiatives. If you want to settle down, you will have plenty of opportunities coming your way post-March, especially if you are in a Rahu dasha or Antardasha. So I would say socialize more and take some chances in love. If you wanted to start a business, it would also be an excellent time to do that. And just be watchful of the Ketu and Saturn conjunction, and I would say be cautious if you must do so during the summer months, but if you can wait, then perhaps the end of the year is a better time to launch something big. Rahu transit in the 11th house, generally, it increases your financial gains and also leads to a big jump in your network and your social circles. You could make new friends, and that would be a great time to get out there and meet new people. If you have a blog or a website, for example, you will see a jump in your popularity. Overall, it's a very good year for you, Leos. I would say just be watchful for the summer months, just like every other sign, particularly from May till mid-September. Have a good one, Leo.